Awesome. So we're just waiting on a couple other people. So I'll just send one last message to the group chat there. Just getting everyone here.
How is the sound and the video?
Sounds perfect.
The light is
yeah, it's good. You got a nice light too. Okay. Do you have a window nearby, or is that you have one of those ring lights?
Both.
Oh yeah.
We have the window.
Yeah.
And it's pretty sunny over here.
Nice.
Pretty bright. But also we have this year we bought one of these lights that is gonna help. What they say, it helps for the winter, right? So.
Oh, is that like the vitamin D light or whatever?
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
It's pretty bright too.
Love it. Awesome. All right, so we will get started. First of all, I just want to take the time to thank you for joining us today. I guess just to give everyone kind of a background, Jose and I have been working together through Invest Ottawa for feels maybe a little bit longer than 6 months, right? Was it earlier this year type of thing?
Yeah, almost at least 9, I would say.
Yeah. Time flies, eh? Yeah. Awesome. Well, maybe do you want to give all the team just a little bit of background, a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Well, first, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today.
Absolutely.
With your team, and actually reinforce what you said, that the support that you and through Invest Ottawa do for startups in Ottawa is great. It's awesome, right? And together with Donna, my marketing mentor, through Invest Ottawa, really made my year. It was awesome.
Oh, that's really good.
So yeah, a little bit of myself. Well, as probably most of you have realized, this accent is not from Northern Ontario. It's maybe from Northern Spain. Okay. And how I get into marketing and how I get here. I should probably go back to university. So I'm originally from Spain. And then in Europe, we have a program called Erasmus. And Erasmus is a program that allows you to study in other country, other university, outside of your original country, within Europe. So to finish my career, my degree, I went to the UK. And man, that was an eye-opener. When I was there, it's like being part of so many people from different countries, different cultures. It really opened my mind, and I decided on my way back that I wanted to do something like this. The rest of my life and my career should be in this international environment. So the thing is, well, I graduated in physics, and I didn't see a way on how my scientific career is going to help me to go in international. So after a while, spending the summer and whatever, and sometime in Spain, I finally found a way, did a master's in international business, with promotion of international business, sales, marketing, and then I have the opportunity to go to the US and work on what is called here like a trade commissioner.
Yeah.
There you have to really support companies with sales and marketing to go overseas. Then back to Europe, China, and different roles in sales and marketing and business development.
Wow.
And within Spain, I moved to a marketing and communications organization in Barcelona for personal reasons, and I was really into the side of the marketing, and then well, also for personal reasons, moved to Ottawa, and worked for almost 6 years as a lead generation manager for Bank & Vogue, or the base company, and one thing led to another, and always in marketing and very into international marketing, different roles. And I think just because I love networking, meeting new people, knowing people from everywhere, starting new relationships, I think lead generation always came to very naturally to me. And for lead generation, you go to marketing quite easy, it's a big part of marketing. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So, and actually, I think you mentioned Bank & Vogue. I feel like we did work with them a few years ago. Maybe that was I think Derek's.
Yeah, that's true. yeah, we try, obviously as part of me and that time also Shanda, finding help, looking for agencies to help us on marketing. We work with you. I remember Derek. I think
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
there, right? Hey, Derek.
He's somewhere in there.
Yeah. So yeah, we worked for a while, and yeah, I think maybe Amanda as well. And I remember when you guys had the office in the market.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful office back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool. So now you're at Spoonity, and so kind of marketing manager there. So tell me a little bit about Spoonity and what you guys are doing there.
Sure. So Spoonity is a startup. It's a SaaS company, and we do loyalty. Loyalty is our thing. We consider being the future of digital loyalty. So this is a white label loyalty platform focused on helping business to grow. And we help businesses growing by knowing the customer better, understanding the buyer journey, offering a better buying experience, and at the end of the day, helping the business retain the customers and increase the ROI on the marketing activities that they do. It's Ottawa-based organization, now working in about probably 20 different countries.
Yeah.
I think 4 different continents. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Lot of young people, good spirit, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Of course, all of us now working from home, but super good.
So tell me a bit about, I guess a big thing that you do and you've worked on is expanding business outside of Canada, North America. Right now, I believe you guys are targeting, you mentioned 20 countries. Specifically, I know we've been working on Mexico, Ecuador, these kinds of things. Tell us a little bit about, marketing and selling to different countries.
Sure. Well, first I would say it's quite interesting, right? And it's exciting to have this opportunity. And to me, someone told me years ago that a business is about lead generation and customer retention, right? And for these, you always have to be I'm going to talk from the marketing perspective, but how to be aligned also with the sales department, right? And doing this, what is called marketing, right? Having an alignment. So I think it's very important from a marketing perspective to be very aligned to the sales department, because sales teams are the eyes and the ears of the company, right? They are talking to customers every day and talking to customers in different countries, different markets, right? So part of my day is being able to understand what is happening in Canada. It's easier to follow, right? In the US, but then what's happening in the Emirates, what's happening in Australia, what's happening in Mexico. Even you may consider, okay, whatever happens in Latin America is the same, but actually peculiarities in Argentina is totally different from what may happen in Ecuador or Colombia. So having this understanding, and then I think it's key when you do international business to do what we call localization, right? Think global, but act local. I think this is key. And when you align marketing and sales, you have to be able to understand what every market and every customer is asking specifically, and being able to deliver. Right?
How do you extract that information? Like when you're trying to localize and understand the local market, like what do you do? Is it like surveys? Is it talking to customers? Like what do you do?
Yeah, it's mostly we do market research for sure. You start very broad, right? From just what's reading in the news, then going a little bit deeper. What's happening in the specific industry association, right? Studies over there. Maybe because of my background, I also like to talk to the trade commissioners in every country, and they can offer you a deep understanding, but it's broad. So to get a little bit deeper, obviously it always goes to the customers and prospects and asking them, and at the beginning it could be a little bit more difficult until you get a good relationship and enough confidence to go deep into the relationship and then answer deeper questions. But I think it's the best way to get this info, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes just you can run and like I'm gonna pick today 5 of my leads. I'm gonna go directly with, hey, we're thinking about doing this. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's gonna solve any of your problems? Yes or no? And making a note.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And in your marketing role, like, what would you say your favorite part of the role is? Like, what's your favorite thing to do from a marketing perspective?
Well, I think being a numbers guy and being obsessive about data, then like this, I think marketing has moved into that path, right? It's all analytical. It's so important to try new things, but then test it, right? And this new trend of growth marketing. So we do plenty of small experiments, try, see what's happening, measure, track record of this, and notice is kind of applying a scientific way of doing marketing. Before COVID, something that I really loved was going to conferences. I think this is something that maybe now I try a couple of virtual conferences. I do not have the same experience, but having the opportunity to travel, go to different cities, meeting different people, this is a pretty eye-opener, right? You have all these opportunities to know and learn new stuff.
For sure.
And now, also probably the last one would be creating content. So being able to express yourself with the art of with wording. But yeah, I really like this part as well.
Nice. Yeah, you were mentioning, I guess you guys have, did you do the conference you mentioned in Dubai, or that was coming up or something like that? And there was another one too?
Yeah, we did a couple of trade shows in the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
One was Abbas Tour in Mexico.
Wow.
So very focused to the hospitality restaurant industry. So most of our customers are quick service restaurants like Pita Pit or coffee shops. So this is like a industry specific trade show. And then we had also a virtual booth in JTEX. I mean, some people say it's one way or the other. In Dubai, this is a technology focused conference, right? So yeah, more broad, just technology of different kinds. Yeah, it was quite interesting. It's always good to have these opportunities to go there, start new relationships, and only a few percentage of the people you talk to can become into a potential customer, but hey, you have to be there and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good brand awareness, especially if you're carving into new markets. It's a good way to at least get some, I know even for us, like when we started SEO Plus, a big part of it was going to networking events, right? Doing shows, speaking, like any of these activities where you're, networking essentially at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there is nothing better than a conference to do this. And also, at least before, you had the opportunity to invite some of your customers. It happens that you have a customer in that specific country, right? And when the day is done and you leave the booth, hey, let's go for dinner, maybe even let's have a drink, and then it's when you really get into deep relationship with your customer, right? Because person to person, and at the end of the day, business is about people helping people, right? So you build this trust that otherwise could be more difficult to do it.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And how are you, like, I guess you're still doing some conferences, but I imagine it's gone down. How are you, is there anything you're replacing that with from a digital perspective, or what are you guys doing digitally to kind of not lose out on those opportunities?
Yeah, of course. Everything happens to be more shift into digital.
Yeah.
So right now, for example, together with another colleague from the sales department, we are doing a training in LinkedIn growth.
Cool.
So growth marketing, I think, is key. The way you can do better research on LinkedIn is a huge database, right?
Yeah.
And you can go very easily to create a database of potential customers. In my case, I can tell you case, right? So I'm looking for the marketing manager for restaurants in Mexico City, right? It's very simple, the idea. You just put marketing and mercadotecnia and mercadeo, and then using even the position of the people, right? It's going to be the manager or director or gerente in Spanish, right? So anyhow, you can do very, very fast a database, and then you can reach people automatically using different softwares, right? So I think this is a way to A, identify potential customers, B, reaching them with a few clicks away, and even in a personal way, to increase that word automatically.
Yeah.
What we do as well, for sure, you try to use the social media to enhance your brand. We try to do a lot of email, right, and email sequences, so reaching people via email. This is the way for Latin America. WhatsApp is the best way.
Oh yeah.
So I would say North America is email, maybe text messages. Latin America is not. Like, you want to talk to me, go to WhatsApp. Right?
Really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I was even. I will tell you something. Something that I realized in my previous company as well. For most, let's say, developing countries, you just think that people move from maybe the fax machine to the cell phone. Maybe some people escape the laptop, right? So all their life is in the cell phone, and WhatsApp is a free way to communicate with people, video, audio, text. And if you are in international business, right, or even you are from Spain, but your family's in Spain, but you live now in Canada, how do you communicate? I'm not going to spend tons of money just calling and paying for that. You just use WhatsApp. So people are very used to have WhatsApp, and then they give you the WhatsApp number right away, which is kind of surprising, right? Because WhatsApp is more invasive, I would say. If you want to talk to someone, email is less invasive. You can or you cannot read it, right? But the WhatsApp is your number. You may see even the picture that you may have. This is your family, is whatever you use.
Yeah.
So still looking for a good tool to automate connections via WhatsApp. There are a couple of tools, but not there yet.
Interesting. Yeah, one thing I really want to kind of get into a little bit more is when you mentioned SMS, but just SMS marketing in general. I still think it's a good opportunity. I think you can piss people off too, but I think when done correctly, I mean, I know a lot of apps are doing it with like notifications and stuff like that, but lately I've gotten a few texts, and some of them are actually pretty well done. I still feel it's kind of underutilized opportunity. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we don't do much with text messages, except for, within our loyalty platform, our customers, let's say bit, when they want to run a campaign, they can do it through email, through text message, push, in-app. When we only recommend, for example, sending something as intrusive as an SMS, probably for the customers to have more relationship. So probably for the top of your loyalty pyramid is 1-2% of customers that you have a strong relationship that they are gonna love to see. Hey, a text message from this restaurant. They have a 15% discount if I go this week. So for this it's okay.
Yeah.
For people you don't know or customers you don't know that much, or you don't have such a relationship or loyalty, we recommend probably email.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know you spent a lot of time. You guys are using HubSpot. You built some funnels, and I know you were building a chatbot. Like, tell us about your experience there and what you've learned with the chatbots.
With the chatbot, yeah. Well, going with HubSpot, I think it's the sweet and sour experience. It takes time to get used to it, and especially, I believe, it's part of the when you start in a startup, you are looking for to sell and moving things and put things spinning around, right? But then when you really want to, you are growing, you need some order. You have to track data better. You need a better reporting system. Everything has to be properly filtered. So cleaning up all the mess that we had before takes time, that's for sure. But then HubSpot at the same time is a very powerful tool, right? So you want to use it as much as possible. And well, because different users come to our website and they prefer to communicate in different ways, just offering them having a contact form is not enough. For our business or our style, having a phone number that they can call directly, or even a WhatsApp number, is not the way we like it. We found out that chatbot was perfect. Yeah. You know, it's the halfway between having a cell phone to call to and having a contact form. At the beginning, we just have the chatbot, and we need, and the chatbot is synced with Slack. And so we have different people being able to read these messages, and then we have to reply to them. But A, is very time consuming. B, you cannot guarantee that anyone is going to answer. Mm-hmm. C, if you don't have clear rules and say, okay, this person is responsible for replying, right? Sometimes it's like, who is going to reply, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes we don't even offer, we don't offer the information that we have to, right? One person can offer the price that is different from another one. So having a chatbot, and you can automate the questions, you are guiding the customer the way you are interested in, and you are going to be asking specific questions and then offering the answers that they want to hear. It was key, right? So we know people are interested to first talk to them as personal as possible, but then be, okay, we have 2 products. Which one do you want? So let's start nurturing, right? Mm-hmm. In here, have you read this information? Do you need information about pricing? Do you want to watch a demo? Do you want to know specific features? So the potential customer is just choosing what they are looking for. There is an automatic reply with the answer. And at the end, when we collect all the information that we need to qualify a lead as an NQL, and they have enough answers, is when we say, okay, now are you ready to sign up? If this is directly for sign up, but you need to talk to a loyalty specialist. Mm-hmm. And most people are going to choose the way of, no, I still need to talk to someone. Perfect. Mm-hmm. And we transfer, and this person is going to be able to talk. Yeah. But, well, maybe a smaller portion, but there is a portion of customers that, yep, I'm ready to sign up, and they have the link.
Nice.
So I think it's good for the customer experience, mm-hmm. and it's good for us in order to better organize and optimize our time.
Yeah, absolutely smart. Because you only have so many resources, right? So much time in the day, so.
Exactly. And the thing is, anytime you automate something, because you receive several conversations along the day, you learn something new every week, right? So there is always something to tweak, something to improve. Yeah. So you make sure that you apply what you learn, mm-hmm. and optimize and make it better.
Yeah.
Right. That's great.
I like that piece about automation to kind of create more time. Like, what else have you automated from a marketing perspective to help with that, to help improve you know customer experience, maybe to save time? Is there anything else that you've automated recently?
Yeah, I'm working on the process to automate sequences of emails.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I want to promote a specific product
Mm-hmm.
or doing a campaign. So I want to reach a customer. I'm going to send the first email, having a broad introduction of what is Spoonity, right? Then, okay, 3 days later, for the ones who open the first email, giving more specific information about the particular product.
Mm-hmm.
For the ones who didn't open, well, they are going to receive the same content, but different subject. So we try to see on the open, and then the clicks. And like this, we can sequence emails up to 5 different emails
Mm-hmm.
before the fifth one is the one saying, okay, I didn't hear from you. This is my number in case you need my help in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But for the ones who are replying, right, being able to offer more specific information in every email. If we see the engagement is high, we can for sure directly pass to the salesperson and say the sequence is interrupted. Then it's going to be in a one-on-one.
For sure.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm talking for us as a company using HubSpot.
Yeah.
Obviously, for if we talk about what we do, Spoonity as a business, we have a tool that is specifically marketing automation, and this is where we have all the knowledge. But this is what our customers
Mm-hmm.
use to communicate with the end consumers.
For sure.
And yeah, this is something that we really track. Is very, very powerful, and it's very interesting to know.
Yeah.
Especially again, right? Do something, analyze what is working, what is not. What can I do to improve? It's about the timing, it's about the subject, it's about the content, it's about the colors. Think again that working in 20 different countries, let's say I want to run a campaign for the holidays, right? If I'm in Canada or in the US or Dubai, for sure, I'm going to talk about the holidays, right? If I go to talk to customers in Latin America, 99% I can say Merry Christmas or going for the Christmas, right? So really, you may or may not think about this, but religion is something that you have to be careful when you talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah. Then specific language, the same way talking to, I guess for you, talking to someone in Scotland is not the same that talking to someone in Texas. Talking for Spanish, talking to someone in Argentina is totally different than talking to someone in Mexico. So you have to be very specific on the content as well and the wording. And this is a magic technique that you have to learn as a marketer for international business, how to use simple, plain Spanish that can fit in different markets, but at the same time, don't be so generic that you are not appealing to anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I know you mentioned even like for content, for blog development and stuff like that, like you're bringing in writers specific to those regions, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Again, going back to localization, right?
Yeah.
I know that I can use a neutral Spanish for, let's say, Latin America, but if I really want to touch, I want to send everything, right? Like making that the company Spoonity is really a company that can help someone in, let's say, Mexico. So I'm externalizing. So my team of writers is going to be a contractor in Mexico, contractor in Colombia, a PR company in Ecuador. Yeah, having some writer or content writer, PR company for specific countries where we really want to grow.
Yeah, for sure. Right? Yeah. Well, it's cool to see the journey because so back when we started SEO Plus back in 2012, one of the first events we went to was the Bootstrap Awards. So this was it was every year there'd be an award show and there'd be pitch competition and basically like any startups and stuff like that could win prizes. And at the time it was actually Spoonity they were winning every pitch competition there was, and I'm telling you, like everyone I went to, they won first prize, you know?
Well, Max is pretty good at
that. they were good, right? So I remember that standing out. And it's cool to see. It's interesting how it's kind of transitioned to really targeting outside. I mean, globally, really, but outside of North America, which is cool. It's a cool journey, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome, and to me, this is my life, right? And it's probably the reason why I'm in Canada now, right? But for our business specifically, working with mostly with restaurants, coffee shops, tea shops, or even retail. I mean, Canada, it's only 35 million people, right? It's only that much market. So I know, and this applies for most Canadian companies, right? 85% of the companies they export go to the US. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Similar culture, same language, across the border. Taking a plane is going to be a flight of, I don't know, between 1 and 5 hours max, right? But then, for us, it was so much competition out there, right?
For sure, yeah.
And that was very difficult. Yeah, money comes, cash flow is good, pay is good, but a lot of competition. But then you can explore another markets that are less mature. They are just starting on this, and this is again part of internationalization, right? It's like the adoption of technology and the development of technology in different countries. It might be more challenging working, let's say, in Colombia rather than in the US. But when you hit first, you hit twice, right? And we are able to be there, and then we are recognized as a leader company, you know?
For sure.
And same may apply for Australia, and now even for the Emirates, right?
Nice. That's cool. I know, like, I think when we started working together earlier this year, and it was probably one of the first keyword researches that I did that wasn't French or English. French is tough enough for me, but the Spanish one, we're trying to figure out, but it's the same principles at the end of the day, if you can just apply it, right? There's still opportunities, still a local search engine, all those kinds of things. And it's been really cool, like, learning that and working with, Spanish content. And I think, so far, I think the results have not been bad, right? Actually, rank for some good keywords and whatnot.
No, it's pretty good. And I hope you're learning on my Spanglish lesson.
On the fly.
Actually, obviously, I really appreciate your help, and I think what we have done in the last 6-9 months has been awesome. It really helped us to grow, and you see, I was checking how we were a year ago, how we are now, and we see the growth.
For sure.
That's super cool. Yeah. And it's always a challenge, right? We saw it like it's pretty easy to find tools doing research or keywords or automation or whatever you want in English. Mm-hmm. Trying to find a tool specifically for Spanish or other language, other countries is very tricky, right?
Yeah.
And even though looking for information, you can find databases of customers, tons of them for North America. Yeah. Try to go and find a database of potential customers in Panama or in Chile. It's not that easy, right?
True.
So there is a challenge there as well, but I think it really helped us to weigh that.
Oh, that's cool. So, I love it. What? So I mean, we have a lot of marketing professionals working for us in production, different areas, right? Like web designers, paid ad specialists, social media specialists, content development, all those kinds of things. So kind of looking back to earlier in your career, like what's some advice you could give to some of them? Some things you wish you knew back then, or that might help them at this point in their career.
Well, as a marketer, I think you always have to find your way to be relevant. You have to be relevant on what you do. You will probably enter a company and you will have to find the why we do things. And sometimes it's not easy to find it, right? And everything goes with the why. Everyone can tell you what they do, more or less, how they do it, okay, but why we do these things. So being able to absorb this, and then you will have to communicate the why every single day, internally and externally. And never forget, as a marketer, and especially in an industry like ours, right, for a SaaS company, translating technology into the benefit for the customer. The customer doesn't care about what technology you use. Well, honestly, even within our company, maybe only few people really understand the technology, right? The customer needs benefits. What are you doing for me that you are making my life easier?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight knowing that I'm not gonna have any trouble because I'm using your technology. Or even if life is not perfect, right? If there is a problem, there is someone there to help me.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to be always relevant and listen to your customer and really focus on the customer. Okay, it's all about them. It's all about them, and trying to honestly try to help them. Whatever you do it on the way of being relevant, helping people.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. Thank you for that. What inspires you?
What inspires me? Well, I have to say, I always had good memories of my grandpa, and I have to say this because he's a person that really impacted my life, and he was this person always so positive, always with a smile on his face, and always working really hard for a better future, right? And I remember him saying, he always used to say this: the bigger the problem, the bigger the smile. And that's true, right? It shows this. So probably because of that, people who I really admire and inspire are entrepreneurs,
yeah.
And seeing the passion and the dedication that they put on building something of your own, you know. And usually they're positive. They're always pushing the bar, right?
Yeah.
Always. Any company, I think this is key, right? I like to spend time talking to, I don't know, Max, for example, or Jose, or any other business owner. It's not just talking about, okay, we're within Spoonity. How do you come here, right? Like, how do you go to build this?
Yeah.
This really inspired me.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah, I mean, being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's I think everyone sees, you know, the glamour of it or the good parts of it, but they don't see everything beneath the surface, you know, all the stress that comes with it and all the, you know, sleepless nights and stuff like that. But obviously it's you do it because it's, you know, it's what you love typically, right? So are you big into reading at all? Do you have any books that you're reading at the moment that you'd like to share with the team?
Yeah. Well, since I have kids, probably I read less than I would like to. Maybe a page, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Before going to sleep. Yeah. The book that I'm reading now is called The Hour Between Dog and Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't buy this book. My wife gave it to me, but it's very interesting. It's from a guy who used to be an investor in Wall Street, and I think it also has a lesson for marketing. I would say people may think that we make rational decisions, right? We have plenty of data and we have all these reports, and okay, you are going to invest basically following the tools, right? It's telling me that this is the perfect time to invest for this company, whatever. But it's true, we have to understand the biology and the emotions, right? How many things you do because of the emotions. Even though data is telling you, I have to invest right now, but you may be scared. It's like, oh, maybe not. Or just the other way around, right? Data is telling you it's time to leave something, but just because, no, I'm going to do it because, and whatever, biology and how adrenaline and other hormones are riding your day, right? So yeah, it's
That's cool.
interesting. Yeah.
Nice. Are you
on my letter to Santa? I asked for Obama's biography. This is something that I wanted to have. The Promising Land, and I heard Santa is going to bring that to me. So looking forward to this book.
Nice. That's awesome. Are you mentioned you're reading about investor. Do you invest at all? Are you an investor or just?
Oh no.
No.
I'm a horrible investor.
Yeah.
but I think that the book per se is good, right? It's to understand also people behavior, right? For marketing, it's like data is telling me that I should keep doing ads on this because data is telling me doing that, but at the same time, I don't know. My boss told me that I cannot spend that much time on ads, so emotion is like, you know what? Maybe because of the fear, I'm gonna stop doing this. But that's the other way around, right? Data is telling me that maybe I'm overspending on my budget on this particular area, but my gut is telling me that I have to keep doing this because it's the way to grow. And I will show in 3 months from now that I was right? So this balance between mind and emotions.
Hey, you have to trust your gut. I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, you have to. You're not always gonna be right, but for the majority of the time, when you look back, you should have trusted your gut. What's something that most people don't know about you?
Here in Ottawa, that I cook the best paella in town.
You cook the best what?
You know what paella is?
Paella?
Paella.
Is it?
I
don't know that I do.
Well, this is a Spanish dish. It's made on rice.
Is that rice and like seafood and stuff?
Yeah,
paella. Okay, paella. I do know that. In the big dish and stuff. Okay.
Big dish.
Spicy?
Not really.
No.
Myself.
Oh, there you go.
The barbecue and always doing the paella in charcoal, right? And probably once I only cook paella for my very close circle of friends. So if I ever invite you for eating paella at my house, you can consider to be one of my best friends.
That's awesome.
And then once we have this dinner and a glass of wine, I will probably start talking about my small town where I'm from in Spain. How it was to move to 8 million people sitting in New York City in your 20s and having fun.
Wow.
Moving from beautiful Barcelona plus 25 to minus 15 here in Ottawa. All these things.
Sometimes you regret your decision, eh? When it's really
it was a good decision after all.
Of course.
A good place to raise a family.
Yeah, absolutely. We one of our team members, Anna, she moved from Spain recently, so I wonder if she's I think she was. Anna, are you on the call right now? I don't know if Anna's on. Oh no, she's off today actually, so I'll have to send her the recording anyways. And Cecile's born in Spain too. That's right. I did. And Cecile, there you go. I forgot that. Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona. Well, I used to live in Barcelona before moving here.
That's cool. Small world. All right, so what we'll do, let's open up the floor to questions. So if anyone has any questions for Jose, would love to hear it, and I can kind of read it out. I think there was a couple comments. Amanda mentioned about Bank and Vogue. She said, we worked with Shonda on some SEO content and email. And Jake said, when you get an SMS message saying 70+% off, if I'm a previous purchaser of that brand, I'm okay with it, and I agree. Any discounts, send away. All right, so who's got any questions for Jose? Just throw it in the chat, and we'll read it out. What would you say the hardest part of being a marketer is?
Probably what I said before, being relevant. But also having an impact on what you do, right? At least for me, understanding the why and then explaining this why and having an impact on the people that you work with, right? I think everyone wants to know, would appreciate that you are helping the organization where you're working to be better, your customers, your suppliers as well. Sometimes you have negotiations with customers trying to deal, or with suppliers trying to reduce price or doing something better or not. But if you are having a positive impact on them, and the company can grow because of them, and your customers can grow because the marketing that you are doing for them, I think is what people are gonna remember about you in the future, right?
Yeah, I love that word impact. That's something we're trying to focus in on this year, and it's not just about the vanity metrics or I did this. It's like, what was the impact? What was the output, right? And I think that's a really important keyword that you're mentioning. That's great. All right, we got some questions rolling in. So first from Amanda. The idea of localization and being authentic to the local audience is huge. Any lessons that can be applied in terms of appealing to certain segments or demographics, even outside of geography, in content?
If we don't produce content that is local, you are not gonna get the attention of your potential customers. 100%. So you are totally irrelevant. Nobody's gonna read your blog. Nobody's gonna watch your video. And I can tell you an example. Yes, an example from yesterday, right? So we do video now. We are big into video, and I created a video about loyalty in Spanish, right? So then we want to replicate in English, right? This is our strategy. You may think, okay, Google Translate, attach here and there, and that's it in English. No, it doesn't work that way. You may think you have a great story for some specific people in some specific areas, some specific language. It doesn't really translate that well for another culture, another geography, another set of customers, right? So, yeah, we have to rethink everything. Like, what is even the message? I mean, the core should be the same, what I want to communicate, right? But how do you communicate it? In what way? I think that these people are going to be more or less tech savvy. These people are going to be more used to using the app, or they go for the Apple Wallet. The graphics. What kind of videos are you showing? Do you it has to be younger people, older people, different races, different whatever, right? It's like you really have to focus on having again in mind the kind of customer you want to talk to, how you have the buyer persona, right? How they think, what they do for having fun, etc. And then accommodate to this. Don't take it for granted. Don't think that something that works in one specific country with some specific target people is going to work for another.
Great advice. Cecilia, out of curiosity, if you were to run a campaign in all of Spain, would you target Catalonia with purely Catalan messages, bilingual, or Castilian? How would you deal with places like that where language is a tad of an important issue, but you have no previous data on the audience in terms of the language they want to receive communications in?
Yeah, depending on what media, if I can, let's say I'm going to run a campaign in LinkedIn now, because I know I can go there very, very deeply, right? And I can see the language that my buyer persona is using. I will start with this, using that language, right? If this is going to be more generic and having in consideration that there are at least 2 languages spoken in Catalonia, I'm not a big fan of doing emails, one part in, let's say, Spanish, another part in Catalonian. Probably I would say 2 different ones. But again, growth marketing. Try an experiment for a week, see how it works. Send an email, 2 different languages in the same email. Then next week, it's working, it's not. Then one only in Catalan, another in Spanish, and see how it's working.
Nice.
Yeah.
Derek, if you worked for SEO Plus and you're going to target businesses outside of North America, what would your approach be? What countries would you start with?
What countries? Assuming, well, I know you have people speaking Spanish, right? So you could target Latin America, let's say.
Yeah.
Probably I wouldn't go to, well, or maybe, yeah, you know what? I could target the US. I know it's going to be huge, plenty of competition, but because of the USD Canadian dollar exchange rate, you could be price competitive and offering the quality. And you're Canadian, right? You are going to respect.
Yeah.
If you go for other countries, I don't know how it would be, maybe New Zealand, Australia, maybe you could have a opinion on this. If you go to Latin America, they are gonna respect. I mean, I think the Canada brand is well respected out there. Let's say Mexico, there's plenty of money. They are open. They recognize. They always look north. But it's gonna be very difficult for you guys, I think, price-wise, because there are plenty of agencies out there, and it's way cheaper, right?
Yeah. Interesting. Good advice. Frank, really cool life experience. What was your biggest obstacle when you had to do business with a different country? How did you handle the culture and language?
Well, with the language, you see now. But someone told me very early in my career, like English and international trade is about having a person from India and a person from Mexico being able to communicate and how to understand each other. First, I think if someone from, I don't know, Peru really wants to do business with me, well, that wouldn't be the case because it was no problem. If someone in Dubai really wants to do business with me, this person already had seen something on my company and myself of value, right? So, and the same for me. I want to do business with someone in Dubai, right? So I will make an effort, but I see a value in there. So, I think people are open to understand these barriers and they get used to it. Then we live in a very global world, right? So all of them are used to, now through Netflix you can see movies or watch movies with different accents, different you see the geography, you see the cities, the towns, so you are kind of open or prepared for this, so you know what you can expect. If you really want to prepare yourself, there is this book, The Culture Map. Erin Meyer is the author. I read it, like, I don't know, a couple of years ago. It's awesome. She used this map of trying to, how is the communication is direct versus indirect, how to provide feedback, how to understand information. Well, I can send you then in the link, the culture map. This book is gonna help you to be more prepared of doing business internationally, and even here in Canada, it's very useful to understand as well people different cultures.
Absolutely, check that out. It's awesome, Jose. Well, that was awesome. I really appreciate you taking the time and chatting with our team. It's been great, and again, great working with you over the past year. And hopefully over the holidays you get some rest and come back refreshed. And looking forward to 2021. So thanks a lot, Jose. Really appreciate your time.
Well, thank you very much again for your help all this year. I think that's awesome. Working with you is I really learned a lot. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be with you here today, guys. And same for you. Good holidays.
That's it.
Have a rest. And see you in 2021.
All right. Take care, Jose.
All right. Cheers.
Have a good one. Bye.